Really nice looking fish.
Wow, that's a trophy.
That's a hog.
Woo! Nice job, you two. There we go.
Lund Boats proudly presents the ultimate fishing experience. This week on Lund's The Ultimate Fishing Experience, we're heading to the Brainerd Lakes area in central Minnesota to one of the most popular lakes around these parts, Gull Lake. Although at the height of the tourist season it can be hectic, there are times when anglers can enjoy the solitude of this premier lake. Early fall is one of those times, and with boats and docks put away for the season, life on the lake slows down.
This has got to be one of the busiest lakes in the state. Look at it right now. It's our lake.
And for anglers like TV host Bill Sherck
Fish on?
It's a nice one too.
and professional walleye angler Perry Good, it's one of their favorite times to hit the water for bass and walleye.
Ta-da!
That's how it's done, huh?
That's a good first fish.
Bill and Perry will discuss some early fall tactics for bass and walleye, tour the Lund factory to show you the inner workings of how Lund boats are made, and enjoy shore lunch, Gull Lake style.
What do you got there?
About a 16-incher. Hey there, I'm Bill Sherck, the man about the woods, along with Perry Good. We are up before the sun.
I am really looking forward to this. It's fall, getting close to turnover, and the walleye should be snapping. We're up, you know, there's so many lakes to fish around here. The question is, where do we start?
Yeah, in the Brainerd Lakes area, there are so many lakes. They're all great fisheries, but they're really busy. You just have to fish them the right way. We're going bass fishing. We're going to do a little walleye fishing. Let's see if we can find them on the busiest lake in the state.
Can't wait. Let's go do it.
Kids are back in school. We've got a full moon. It was a cool night. And the traffic is off the lake. That's why we're here.
That's right. I tell you what, it should be a good day. You know, the thing this time of year, so we're in mid-September, turnover hasn't happened yet, but
Yep.
the fish are in major transition this time of year.
So what does that mean for us?
Well, that means once you find them, you can do pretty good, but the question is finding them. So, you know, normally the fish start moving back shallow this time of year up until turnover.
Yep.
And at turnover, they really split. I mean, there's a lot of fish that go super deep, and then the other ones go super shallow, and there's really not much in between. So, but I love this time of year.
I do too. And this time of day, I'd love to start with bass. Will you do it? Just for a half an hour.
Bass fishing?
Man, you say that with a twang. Bass fishing.
I'd actually love to. You know, I chase walleyes all summer long,
Yep.
and I do love to bass fish. Yeah, maybe you can teach me something.
I doubt it, but I'll try. This has got to be one of the busiest lakes in the state. Look at it right now. It's our lake. That's why you get up early.
Yeah. You know, Bill, I find the same thing. I've been guiding quite a bit on Minnetonka, and you know, Minnetonka's maybe even more crazy than,
Yeah,
than
by
here.
far the
But
busiest lake in the state.
you know, if you get up this time of morning, and you know, out on the water at 6 o'clock in the morning and off by 10, it's you know, it's really good. Great bass lake, pretty good walleye lake, really good muskie lake. So it's, but once once the kids get up at noon and the wakeboard boats come out, I guess then you got a nice walleye chop.
Notice how quiet it gets in the boat when you're frog fishing? You're so focused.
Are you surprised I can even do a bait caster?
What's that?
Fish on?
It's a nice one too. Oh.
Nice one. Beautiful.
Ta-da!
That's how it's done, huh?
That's a good first fish.
Nice one.
He's cold too, or she. That is so much fun. That is the alarm clock right there. Oh, fun. See ya, fella. We got the fun out of that one. Only moved 2 fish. I went 50%, Perry.
That's not bad.
If you're batting 500 in baseball, you get a big contract.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Mercury Marine. Go boldly.
Perry,
What?
Cocktails at Birch's says you can't catch a bass on a topwater. If you catch a bass on a topwater this morning, I will buy, we'll do couples night at Birch's. Does that sound fair?
That sounds fair.
Yep. Now he's gonna fish like he means it.
Right
There you go, Perry!
I lost him.
No!
Actually, my drag it came loose all of a sudden.
Was that a nice fish?
It was pretty good.
That sounded like a bucket mouth, man. He's a walleye guy, what do you expect? Oh, boys, our lives are about to change. I'm sure you've heard this 100 times over. Come on, Perry. I told you it works every time! Is an instant fan.
Nice fish.
I don't know why you don't believe me. That's a little fatty. Followed us all the way to the boat. Kind of happened quick, but
Yeah, nice fish.
I think you're buying the appetizers for happy hour. I think the sun is high enough that this bite is about toast. Now we get to go to work on the real stuff. What do you think?
One more cast.
One more cast. All right, one more.
Have you seen the new motor, the new Mercury?
I have. I happen to have the same one.
Do you? You know, I love my Verado over the years, and you know, it's so quiet. You know, the gas mileage was questionable, but these new V8s, this thing is 120 pounds lighter than my Verado was, and it gets 30% better gas mileage.
I was going to say, the gas mileage, you always talk about saving gas, but on this you can actually see the difference, right?
Huge difference.
You are paying less
Yeah, yeah.
for fuel. I have for sure noticed that.
No, I had to get used to the growl of it, you know, at first. I mean, I like it now, but yeah, I think they really hit a home run with these new motors.
Let's hear the growl.
But actually, when you're running, the sound's not really very loud.
You can still talk when you're up on plane without having to yell,
Yep.
but it is a big time motor.
So Bill, we're fishing, we got deep water here, comes up to a nice weed flat. But typically when the fish are in 20 feet and more, I won't even start fishing them until I find you know, 2, 3, 4 fish in a pod. I'll put a waypoint on them, turn around and fish them. Right now, there's a mark right there, 20 feet. You know, in these lakes that have zebra mussels, you know, the water's got so clear. You got to be careful as far as driving over them with the big motor, because they do seem to spook quite easy. And a lot of times on these lakes, you know, here and Mille Lacs, you get one pass over them, and hopefully you can catch a couple of them and go back over looking for them, and they're gone.
Yep.
So,
That's pretty common. I probably almost look too comfortable in this boat, Perry. This is a cushy ride. You and I actually run the same boat, 2075 Pro V, but yours has a little different look than mine.
Well, I tell you, you know, this is the Pro V, 2075 Pro V Limited. And they just came out with this in 2019, but the only difference is the graphics are different. The seats they're the same seats, but just, you know, the limited edition. It feels more comfortable.
This is the only boat I've ever had where I have all my junk in the boat and I still have space, right?
I got my plastics and all my crankbaits and jig and wraps. Everything's got its place. There's storage everywhere and you never have enough storage.
How many people comment on the new limited package?
I tell you what, every day when I'm at the boat launch,
I saw a guy at the gas station.
People pull me aside today at the gas station. It's a sexy boat. They're like, wow, when did Lund come out with this boat?
He does have one going.
It might be bigger than a perch.
Okay.
Come on.
Feels good to have to use this thing. On a red tail?
I'm gonna say it's a 18-incher.
Okay. What flavor? Bass or walleye?
Walleye.
Walleye. Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
This is why you've got your title.
$18-incher.
Nice job, Perry. Great job.
Well, you actually engulfed. Took her down. Maybe they're gonna start. Think we should put that one in the live well, Bill?
It's a beauty. We will cherish that fish.
I tell you what, the beauty of these trolling motors today. So right when I got that bite, right away I hit the anchor lock button. It stopped us right in its track. I dropped the line to them, fed them. And on a windy day like today, it keeps you right on the spot. Even while you're fighting the fish, taking pictures, whatever, it keeps you right on the fish and you're able to resume right where you were. So a great, great feature.
Well, we take the bad with the good. Fishing's slow, but on a lake like this, you have outlets. I'm getting hungry. It's time for lunch. Perry, I'm getting my walleye today, one way or another. With or without you.
You thinking walleye sandwich?
I'm thinking fried walleyes, and I'm not going to clean them for once in my life. I think we should order lunch. What do you guys say? Hi there. I'd like to order food to go. Yeah, I'll take the walleye po' boy. I just found a walleye. Wow, that Reuben actually looks amazing. But we're not Reuben fishing today.
What do you got there?
About a 16-incher. Don't have to get rid of the grease after the fire. Don't have to peel potatoes. Ooh.
Is this your version of a shore lunch?
When I'm fishing with you. Too soon, sorry. Oh, come on.
Fish on.
Oh.
Not a few bites, and right then he hit it.
Yep, you said it too. Is this a net fish?
This is a eater.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, crying out loud. Hold on.
Not a bad little eater. Once again, the jig and wrap comes through. When I go out fishing every day, I'm trying to learn something new, something different.
Yep.
And, you know, and on tough days, you know, when the fish are biting, you tend to fish just the way you always fish. But when things get tough, that's when you start pulling different things out of the tackle box, and you know, you learn that way and you grow.
Perry and I are both Lowrance guys. He's running the HDS 9. Here's what I love about it. He's got the color palette to break up his depths, but see there? Fish, 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 no doubt. And if I even want to double check and make sure I know for sure, I can go to my down scan, hit that. See the fish reveal? It takes the 3D and marks up with color, so I know what I'm looking at there. That is one of the things I love about the HDS. And here's what's fun. All right, I know that's a fish right there. Watch this. I'm just gonna touch it. I flag it. I like that fish icon. He looks a little bit cooler. Marked. Get back to my map. I can zoom in on that map. But I know all day long exactly where that fish was.
He hit it hard, he's running.
Okay, I'll be your net man. Yeah?
Oh, that's something.
That's what he does.
There he is. Nice eater.
Well, I'm starting to think I can't keep up with Perry.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, oh, he let go. He didn't have it. You will sit. You will feel shame. He had it in his mouth for 45 seconds. That never happens.
Fall fishing in Minnesota can be phenomenal. The problem is, you have so much different weather patterns coming through. Today we're dealing with, we had a full moon last night, and actually the moon was off this morning until about 9:30 in the morning. And so what you find is there's a great night bite during the fall time, and the day bite actually gets fairly tough. Right now we're pre-turnover time, and at turnover what happens is the water from the bottom of the lake comes to the top, and vice versa. The top water goes to the bottom, and the fish, they get fairly disoriented for a couple days. And what I found, they go deep, a lot of times 40, 50 feet. Also, right after turnover, there's a great shallow bite. That's typically just a night bite. I tell you what, if you get a chance to fish in the fall, get out there, especially after turnover.
You know, it's funny, this wind would probably keep a lot of people at home today. Not me and Perry, especially in this boat. And I think some of it is based on how well these boats are built. One of the TV shows I host is called Made for the Outdoors, and we were in the Lund factory to see how boats get built, from raw stock all the way to putting them on the trailer and sending them off to the dealership. You know, they start with this great aluminum and these giant rolls, these giant bales, and it just moves through the facility. They now use lasers. They're high-speed lasers that just zip around cutting the parts. And what's so amazing about that process is it's all computer-driven, so the computers are all able to figure out, it's like pieces of a puzzle. The computer figures out how to maximize every little piece and how to fit it onto those sheets, and they're using really a lot less aluminum now to create the boats because they don't have a lot of waste. And of course they get into the rivet. They are the best connectors, and these boats are just sealed and stout for life with the rivets, and they put a lot of them in the boats. The way you see these boats are reinforced before they are put together, you can just tell how solid they are. I love the water test. They take each of the boats, they put them on a harness, put them up in the air, and drop them into a big tub, and then they put pressure. They push down with thousands of pounds to make sure that those seals are permanent. Then it goes to finishing, and they've got these finishing lines that are pretty high tech now, right? They actually have efficiency systems where there's a monitor hanging that says this is the boat that needs the attention right now. They get all the pieces of the puzzle on a rack. They know what's going into the individual boats. And then the team gets together and they work. They put in the floors, they put in the carpeting. all the finishing touches. It's really, really fun to watch how they do that work. And of course, another one of my favorite areas, it seems simple, but rigging the motor, right? Putting the mercury on the back of these things. It's fun to talk to the team there. They've been doing it for a long, long time, and they're pretty proud when they put those last bolts on and seal them off and sign off when the mercury's on the back of the boat.
Got a fish?
Yeah, tiny little fish, but it's looking up. Are you laughing at me, Perry?
The Bass King.
Oh, I'm not the Bass King. I'm a walleye angler going through withdrawal is what I am. Cute. Oh, they're getting bigger.
That's a beauty.
Oh boy.
It's a rock bass.
Finally, I was so worried that we weren't going to catch a rock bass this trip. So we're up in the Brainerd Lakes area on Gull Lake, one of the most popular recreational lakes in the state, but it also happens to be my favorite lake, you know. It's just a special place, and even though it's changed, you know, even though there are houses everywhere, there's a lot more boat traffic, jet skis, wakeboard boats, it's still a really good fishery. You just have to work at it a little bit and fish in the right spots at the right time, I think. Ooh, there's one.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like more information, check out lundboats.com or these other online outlets.